AML is really not one disease. You know what I'm saying? People think that cancer is a very homogeneous thing. But a lot of the time they are different clones. Let's say we have like 2 or 3 different flocks of sheep, you know, that they causing leukemia. From the morphology standpoint, like just looking at the cells, it doesn't matter that we see them all as leukemia, but the mutation in them is different. So with the chemotherapy that he had, and he beautifully achieved remission, and subsequent consolidation that he had, we killed, you know, that clone that had FLT3 ITD. So now when he relapsed, you know, we got the result back essentially from the biopsy that its leukemia is back. So it's not, the good thing is that it's not in his blood or bone marrow yet, but it doesn't matter, because when leukemia come back, even in some outside, we call them extra, which outside medullary, which is the bone marrow, can happen in testicles, can happen under your armpit, inside your belly, in your chest. It has to be treated as if that it was in your blood or bone marrow. It's a systemic disease, like leukemia is not a localized disease. So Ms. Casio gave you the report. The PET scan shows that you have a few hot spots. These hot spots are the cancer cells that they require, or they love sugar, so we give them this radioactive sugar, they light up. And we have a pathology confirmation that they are, it's essentially leukemia. We did, in our lab, which I'm actually the director of our genetic lab, we checked your FLT3. The FLT3 that is in our lab, A, is not that the one that is responding or is the common FLT3. B, it's a very low percentage in our lab. It's like we report at 3.7%. The one that Ms. Casio gave you, essentially they don't even report it. They're saying that is negative. You see that? That it says the tier 1. So this is the one that we reported is negative for ITD. This is only 3.3%. This is, if you look at it, is my signature on it. So that's what we check. Okay. And the one that we sent to the central lab, they said that it's even not detected because they don't report things that are less than 5%. He has he has this mutation only, which is about 31%, which in some instances tell you that the disease goes some outside bone marrow. So you're very young. If you had a FLT3 ITD, I had a pill that I could give you the pill and you respond. Or you had another mutation, I could give you a pill for the relapse disease. You don't have what we're calling it an actionable mutation. Actionable mutation is the mutation for which I have a drug. I have a pill that can particularly target that mutation. Okay. The only mutation that you have is that KMAT2, okay? So, I still can cure you, but we have to take you to transplant. Nobody will take you to transplant anywhere in this country or ever in the world with active disease, because we know that back in 70s and 80s when we take people to transplant with active leukemia, 100% of them relapse and they will die so you have to be first in remission. The first prerequisite for transplant is remission, which you are not in. The only way that we can treat you for remission, you are very young, you can tolerate this, your counts are pretty good, your kidney function, your organ functions are all very good, is that to give you another round of high-dose chemotherapy. The high-dose chemotherapy that you will receive consists of 3 drugs. One is a high-dose cytarabine, which is very similar to the one that you are having during your consolidation when you were coming from the prison. The second one is a mitoxantrone, which is a drug that doesn't have a resistant mechanisms with other drug that you have received. It's a blue chemotherapy going to your vein. Okay, do you have a PICC line? So we have to get a PICC line. We have to check the echocardiogram, make sure that your heart is still good. And the third one is a drug that it's used for children and some adults for another type of leukemia, which is ALL. I use this drug a lot for AML as a salvage therapy, as when people are relapsing. The drug has a very unique mechanism of action, but has some side effects that I can discuss with you. You know, some of that we monitor, you know, the agent. So the goal is that with this chemotherapy, we put you back into remission. None of these three agents are causing the nerve pain that he had. It doesn't, they don't cause, they're not neuropathic. You know what I'm saying? So that's another good thing. But that means that, you know, we have to admit you today, and you're gonna be in the hospital for somewhere between 4 to 5 weeks. So we give you chemo, your counts will go down, and we monitor these nodes in your body. Your counts will go down and will come back up. Or when they come back up, we will discharge you while you're in the hospital, and make sure that Dr. Dehia and the team will see you, knowing that as soon as you achieve remission, we can take you to transplant. We find a donor, we will identify everything, but there's no other option. I don't have any so-called targeted therapy to offer you. The only way that I can put this one into remission, back into remission, is by giving you this combination chemotherapy. I know this is not the news that you want to hear, but I'm only here to help you. And we have a very shortage on the bed. I'm not sure that even we have a bed now. We have to talk with our charge nurse. I have to switch a few people to admit you either today or tomorrow if you don't have a bed. Because your counts are still good, which tell us a little bit of, but if you have a bed, you should take that and you should be admitted. Deal? Deal? Okay. So let me talk with my charge nurse and talk with, yeah. Just saying that it's a new leukemia, so it should trump any other person.
Yeah.
We are gonna, and then you need to talk with resident that he needs a PICC line, he needs echo, and then regular CBC, whatever. And then we get that if his echo is fine, hopefully we are gonna start my chemo tomorrow. Ham-pege. Okay, so do you have any question?
No.
I'll take care of you, okay? So do you wanna, because we are gonna get the clinic going, do you wanna sit in the waiting area? Either Chrissy, me, or Meredith come in and send you to admission, and you go to either 8th or 9th floor. And I'm attending on service now, so I'll see you every day. Take care.
Thanks, Dr. Emadi.